Hello there, Eddie Mercado here with BloodyElbow.com, and I'm about to speak with the number 9 ranked UFC lightweight Beneil Dariush as he is set to take on Edson Barbosa, currently ranked number 5, at UFC Fight Night 106 in Fortaleza, Brazil. That's happening on March 11th, so we're going to give Dariush a call and find out what he's been up to since his last fight, find out what he has in store for Edson Barbosa in Brazil, and get his thoughts on the lightweight landscape.
Hello,
Mr. Beneil Dariush, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Just resting after one more practice.
Okay, nice. And are you out at King's MMA right now?
Yeah, right now I'm in King's MMA in Anaheim. I'm usually in Huntington as well. Just I had medicals today.
Okay, awesome. When do you're headed to UFC Fight Night 106 Fortaleza, Brazil. When do you head out for that exactly?
A week out, about 7 days before. So I think it comes out to be the 4th.
Okay, awesome. Well, you're killing it right now. You're coming off a very impressive unanimous decision victory over Rashid Magomedov. You really went right at him. You took it to him. So you're kind of sailing right now in the lightweight division. Currently ranked
Yeah,
number 9. I mean, what is your assessment of where you are right now?
I'm happy with everything so far. One of the things is just making sure I stay focused in the octagon. I really wanted to finish the last fight with Rashid, but to be honest, man, I felt like if I made some mistakes out there, he would have definitely capitalized. I needed to stay on him. I needed to stay on him, keep the pressure on him, because if I didn't, he has a really good style of just taking points and coasting, and he's been doing that all his fight in the UFC and against tough guys. So I didn't want that to happen to me. I made sure to take the lead and keep it.
Yeah, it was a pretty grueling fight. I mean, a lot of clinch work, a lot of knees to the body. Did the altitude affect you at all, or did you even notice it when you were up there?
Absolutely. At first, I thought it wouldn't affect me. I was feeling really good training in the altitude, but in the fight, I think it's crazy. I think it has to do with the nerves plus the altitude. It definitely drained me. I was feeling pretty tired, but thank God, man. I just kept pushing through. I told myself if I'm tired, he's got to be tired, and I just kept going.
Okay. Now, did anything surprise you about Magomedov in that fight?
His wrestling. I really thought I was going to be able to take him down, and I wasn't able to. I tried really hard, and that was very surprising.
Yeah, so on your plate right now, you have Edson Barbosa. He's ranked number 5, so a win over him, I mean, you're right there, top 5 yourself. Um, Now, his style, I mean, is pretty fundamentally sound. He's really known for his kickboxing, pretty tight everywhere. Decent takedown defense as well. Um, what do you feel like is your opening in this bout?
Like you said, I think he's fundamentally sound everywhere, and so what I have to really do get out there and make sure I beat him in every aspect of the game. Because if I allow him to take away with the kickboxing, he's gonna let that happen, and it's gonna discourage me. I have to make sure I go in there and I'm ready to mix it up with him. I'm ready to exchange with him, and that's really how I'm looking at it right now as an MMA fight. I'm not looking at it as like, oh, I have to take this guy down, or oh, I have to stand up with this guy. My game plan is to just step in there and look for the fight.
Okay, and he's kind of notorious for throwing a lot of kicks, a lot of leg kicks. Are you doing anything special to kind of combat that sort of strategy he implements?
I don't try to push on my opponents. I let my coaches do that, and my coaches are definitely, I can tell from the training, they have me checking and answering and just moving forward, and all these things that they want me to do. So I think Master Rafael Cordero is just trying to put it in the system without going over the game plan too much. We feel, if you're going to spend 2 months getting ready for a guy, there shouldn't be too much game planning going on. It should be in your system, like it should be in your mind. Everything you want to do should be built into your body. So it's more like that. So we've been kind of approaching it that way, just like every other fight.
Okay. Now, where do you feel like he's most dangerous? Obviously, striking is his area, but like any facet of the stand-up game that you're kind of, I need to look out for this.
I think he's the most dangerous when when he gets comfortable. When he feels his opponent is not a threat, he gets comfortable and he starts to tee off on his guys. That's what I think when he's most dangerous.
Okay. Now, what are your thoughts on going to fight in Brazil? You just fought in Mexico, headed to Brazil. You're kind of traveling the world now.
Yeah, this will be my third trip to Brazil. I fought once before I was in the UFC, and then I fought Carlos Diego Ferreira in the UFC. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be fun. Brazil is really special. The fans are awesome, and I love the food there. I have a lot of friends there, so it's I got no problem with it. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Do you have a prediction? You have this see this fight playing out a specific way?
I really want to finish, man. I had a finish against James Vick. I had a decision against Rashid. I'd like a finish, man. I'd like to go out there and just work my butt off and get a finish. I don't want to go 3 rounds. Or if I do go 3 rounds, finish it in the third.
Okay. Now, what would be next for you? You would have to be someone top five, right?
After this, I didn't
Title fight,
honestly think
maybe.
about it. Maybe, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yikes, I didn't think about it. So you'll have to ask me again after the fight. I haven't thought about it too much.
Okay, hey, fair enough. Well, what are your thoughts on the current landscape of the lightweight division? Conor McGregor won the belt from Eddie Alvarez. He's talking about fighting Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match. The UFC's having an interim title match between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson at UFC 209. What are your thoughts on the way it's kind of shaken up and kind of held up and tied up at the moment?
I think it's simple. If Connor's not coming back to the 155 division, then Khabib and Tony they're the legitimate whoever wins is gonna be the legitimate champion. That's pretty much how I see it. If not, shoot, I don't know. But from the looks of it, I think Connor might not be coming back. I don't know. He might. Who knows? So however that goes, we'll figure it out. But at this point, Connor is still the champ. I'm not going to take away what he's done. But if he walks away from the sport, it's definitely Khabib and Tony. So they're going to be fighting for the belt.
Okay, do you have a winner in that one? Do you think someone's going to take it?
I'm leaning towards Khabib, but at the same time, Tony's dangerous at every second of the fight. So if the fight goes for 25 minutes, Tony's capable of changing that fight in any minute of the fight, any minute. So it's one of those fights where I want to pick Khabib for sure, but I'm telling you, Tony can change that fight at any minute. So it's gonna all come down to who's gonna be able to stay focused throughout that 25 minutes and implement their game.
Who's the better wrestler of the two?
For sure, Khabib is the better wrestler. That's not. I don't think that's really much of a question. It's going to come down to who's the better MMA fighter.
And you're picking Khabib still.
I'm picking Khabib still, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. That's March 4th. I'm sure you're going to have your eye on both of those guys.
Yeah, for sure. That's a fight. I'd like to fight both of them. I don't want to just fight one of them. I want to fight both of them. That would be amazing.
And how do you like your chances against each of them? Where do you feel like you're gonna excel against them?
Yeah, man, that's the whole point. I want to fight the best guys in the world, and I think I can beat the best guys in the world. If I didn't think so, I shouldn't even be here. I shouldn't. What am I doing here? I should just retire and look for something else to do. I really believe I can beat everybody in this game, and God willing, I'll get my chance to prove it.
Okay, now do you have any sponsors or people you want to give a shout out to?
Shorty Roll takes care of me, and then just my team, Kings MMA, and that's it, man. Everything I have is by God's grace, and I thank Him for that.
Awesome. Well, I definitely thank you for your time. Real quick, do you want to give us your social media outlets so we can follow you along on your journey?
Oh yeah, that's easy. If you could just spell my name, Beneil Dariush, for everything, for Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, it's all of it. It's just Beneil Dariush.
Awesome. Well, Beneil Dariush, thank you so much for taking out the time, taking on Edson Barbosa, UFC Fortaleza, Brazil. Best of luck to you, sir.
My pleasure. Take care, brother.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. So there you have it. The number 9 ranked UFC lightweight Beneil Dariush set to take on the number 5 ranked Edson Barbosa at UFC Fight Night 106 in Fortaleza, Brazil. That's going down on March 11th. Go check that out. In the meantime, you can read me over at bloodyelbow.com. You can follow me on Twitter at the Eddie Mercado. If you like this interview, you can subscribe to my channel right here. Subscribe to Bloody Elbow's YouTube channel right here. Check out these interviews. Go be a good person.